TNN presents the effects of global warming on animals.
What are the effects of the global warming on certain animals?
Our research showed that many animals suffer from a lost habitat because their homes are destroyed by climate change. It's more difficult for them to migrate or reproduce.
There is a shortage of food and increase in pets caused by changing in temperature. Also, many animals are in danger of extinction because of the global warming.
Polar bears live on the Arctic ice. They are endangered. The polar bear is the first animal that has been classified as endangered, mostly because of global warming. Polar bears hunt for fish and build up the fat reserve from the ice. When the ice melts, many polar bears move to land and live on their stored fat. Global warming is causing the ice to melt earlier and reform later. Polar bears have less time to find food. Some risk their lives to find ice. Maybe polar bears will have to shed their skin of their coat to stay comfortable.
The caribou is a large animal that lives in the North Canada. It is disappearing because of the global warming. Caribou cannot find food because of the extreme weather and ice storm. They cannot dig through the ice to find plants for food. With warmer weather, other animals such as deer move into caribou territory. They steal food and bring disease which kill the caribou. Warmer weather also brings lots of flies and mosquitoes. They attack the caribou so they cannot eat or reproduce. Deer come from the south of Canada to find colder temperature. The deer bring brain worm, which attack and kill the poor caribou. All of these problems are because of climate change. Another problem is hunting by human beings.
Many of us saw the emperor penguins in the movie March of the Penguins. They are disappearing because of climate change. As temperatures in Antarctica rise, the ice melts and the penguins lose their home. Emperor penguins breed and raise their babies on sea ice. If that ice breaks up and disappears early in the breeding season, many of the babies will die or never be born. Sometimes global warming causes the ice to freeze over completely and the penguins can't get to their food sources, fish and krill. Penguin colonies are endangered. Many commercial fishers compete for their food. They are also losing their habitat because of oil spills and climate change. We have to save them.
The Arctic fox lives in the same general area as the polar bears. It struggles to survive. The reasons the Arctic fox has a hard time because there is not enough food. It has competition from the red fox, which is much bigger, and it pushing the Arctic fox away from the natural habitat. Climate change, with its shorter and milder winters, also make it hard to live. The Arctic fox is hurt by global warming. Global warming makes reproduction more difficult, but the fox has an advantage over polar bears. The Arctic fox can switch to looking for food or land. Arctic foxes also struggle as the ice disappears because they depend on the frozen seas to survive bleak winters.
Many species of frogs in countries such as Panama and Costa Rica are dying because of global warming. A fungus disease has caused millions of frogs to disappear. Global warming is causing outbreaks of an infectious disease is killing entire frog population. Many species of this colorful creature are now extinct. Most of these changes have happened in Central America in the last 20 years. One scientist in Costa Rica said, "This is the bullet that is killing the frogs, but climate change is pulling the trigger." The trigger.
Monarch butterflies are beautiful, but they are disappearing because of the global warming. Monarch butterflies teach us about the cycle of life. They also teach us to be careful with our planet Earth. Monarch butterflies usually migrate 3,000 miles between forests in Mexico and many places in the United States. Monarch butterflies are dying because of their habitats are destroyed. People build houses, factories, roads, and farms where the butterflies live. Monarch butterflies also die because of the dry weathers and very high temperatures. They migrate early and their eggs dry out so they can reproduce. Monarch butterflies are disappearing by the millions. Monarch butterflies drink only milkweed nectar. Hot weather means less nectar. Also chemicals are killing the milkweed plants. No food means no monarch butterflies. What can we do to save the beautiful monarch butterflies?
Perfect.
Honeybees are sick because of pesticides. Other insects, not enough food, and a new virus. Are all of these connected to a global warming? Nearly one-third of all honeybees colonized in the United States have disappeared in the last 10 years. Honeybees are important because around one-third of what humans eat pollinated by bees. Around 80% of the world's cross-species depend on pollination by bees to survive. Honeybees are endangered. Honeybees make plants survive. Plants are important to the survival of humans and animals. Without bees to pollinate many of our favorite fruits and vegetables, the United States could lose $50 billion world across. It's not just the honey.